CO, how's it going, everybody? I know it's been a while, and I wanted to get out and show you guys some really cool things. While it's been a couple weeks, almost a month, I think, since I did my last video. Just had a lot of things going on in life and trying to navigate through those. But we're back today, and I wanted to show you guys some Native American Indian mounds at Ocmulgee National, or I think it's a national state park. But we're going to go into one of the mounds today, and I want to show you that really quick, and we'll make our way inside. So this is it. This is one of the mounds, and this one was used as sort of like a council house or religious ceremonial house. And I want to take you inside, and it's going to be really cool. The only thing is they've completely torn down this mound and redone it. Basically, the floor is all original, but they have it caged off so you can't actually go in to the floor. But we're going to go in, and it's a tiny space, so we got to kneel down, but that's okay. You can see my reflection. When you come out, I'll show you guys around how big it is in here. Sorry about the noise. They have an AC unit wired up in here. I was kind of hoping that this would be all open so you could go in and actually touch the floor, but I guess they don't want you to do that. But there is where the fire was, the ceremonial fire. And I'm guessing this is where, I don't know for sure, and I'm not even sure they know for sure, this is where either the chief or the religious leader would sit. The medicine man, perhaps even more than that, would sit and conduct ceremonies and or councils. But this is the original clay floor, and they've dated it back to 1,000 years ago. So this has been here for quite a while. Now this is all original, as far as I know. I couldn't see where they had done any sort of recreation on the floor, but the floor is supposedly all original clay floor. This is the way they dug it up, and you can see there are, let's see if I can take you over here. There are little holes in the ground, oblong holes, and they line the whole outside of the interior of the mound. I'm not sure what that's for. But you can also see where the original posts were. You can see the wood inside that hole right there. See if I can get you closer. Maybe not. But you can see the wood inside the hole right there where the original posts were, and there was more than one there was more than 4 like they have now. But it's just, I would love to actually touch that earth in there and just feel it, be able to connect with it, but we can't do that. So we're going to go back outside. And there's the mound that we were just in. And this is a smaller mound out here. Let's go check it out and see what it is. It's the Cornfield mound and prehistoric trenches. So this is where they would probably have corn on top of the mound or all around the mound, and they would probably do green corn ceremonies on top of the mound, would be my guess. And that was a Creek and Cherokee thing later on, and also the Mississippians probably ended up doing the same type of ceremonies, just honoring the spirits and of the corn, and being able to grow it on the following year and continually down through the ages. And they would try to keep going 7 generations past them. So they would grow enough food for 7 generations past them. That was a huge thing to do, so that you're taking care of not only you, but generations down from you. And that was very important to them, to take care of their offspring and their offspring's offspring all the way down for a long time. All right, so that was the interior of that mound, and we're going to go up here and see what we can find, see what we can see on top of the Cornfield mound. And earlier I have some video of the temple mound, and it's massive, but I'm gonna have it in probably in just a few segments later on in the video, or earlier in the video. I might show them before I take you into that mound. But the temple mound is massive, and I have shots on top of it and below it to show you how big it is. But here we are. I also collected some grass from there. I'm going to start a fire with it. Probably a ceremonial fire. But here we are on top of the green corn mound, or the cornfield mound, is what they call it. And it's not that high, although back in their time, it would probably be a lot taller. But with erosion, and they put a railroad just right back over here, and destroyed a lot of the mounds around here, which is typical of what they used to do back then, because they just thought they were huge hills, or they just didn't care, either one. But yeah, this is probably a lot bigger than what it is right now. But you can see there's a lot of these. I don't think these trees would have been here. These aren't that old, the trees. Some of them are. The dead one right there is pretty old, but most of these trees would not have been around here. It would have been all cornfields. And there's a lot of earthworks over here. You can see right here. And it's so weird to come to places like this, because I've never been here in my life, and I feel a connection to it. So it's mysterious how you can go to somewhere you've never been before and feel like either you've been here before, or you just feel a connection to it, like it's just something special to you. And on top of the temple mound, I actually took some tobacco out and spread it in the middle of the mound, and said a small prayer to the Creator and the ancestors. And it felt really good to do that, to express my thankfulness and love to them and what they brought us. But we go a little bit more this way. Now, these are all earthworks. I'm not sure why they would have made these. There could have been effigies here at one point, or they could be effigies that are buried, like the snake mound, things like that. They did a lot of that. This place goes back 17,000 years. This place goes back, so it's really, really old. There's different tribes, different peoples who lived here throughout the ages. They found mammoth bones here that were actually used as tools. So huge mammoth bones, that means that this place has been around for a very, very long time. And it was in the mound. It was actually in a mound. So you know it's been here for who knows how long. But yeah, different time periods, different peoples inhabited this area and used it for just life, everyday life. The mounds are spread out quite. There's a lot of ground to cover with all the different mounds. There's a burial mound, a funerary mound is what they call it here, and it is actually across from the main temple mound. And they have a smaller temple mound, which you'll see that in the video too. It's just a tiny little mound, which was probably 3 times as big as it is now. And then there's another mound on the opposite side. It's probably about 1.5 miles, 2 miles that way from the visitor center. And then you have the ceremonial mound right here, which we just went into, and the Cornfield mound. And then there's several other little mounds around in the area. So this was a huge sprawling place, and just to know that I'm walking on somewhere where thousands of people walked through ages and ages of time, it's just something. This is a feeling you can't have anywhere else. I was telling you about the temple mound. That's the temple mound over there. Let's get you in on that. If you can see it, it's way over there in the distance. That is the temple mound, and it is massive. And it overlooked all of the area. You can see all the mounds from the top of the temple mound, which I think is really, really cool. And that's it for this video. I just wanted to show you guys the interior of a Native American mound, which there's not a lot of those. They actually did not have that. I think that was probably from a former civilization, because the Mississippians didn't regularly have a mound that you would go into. They would have council houses, but a mound like that I've never seen before. I know they definitely didn't have it at Etowah, and I don't think they had one at Cahokia. So it's just something odd. I think that was maybe from the Paleolithic, or probably before then, which is really cool. So get over here in the shade because it is hot today, very, very hot today. But thank you guys for sticking around and seeing this, and I'm just really, really excited to show you guys the interior of that mound, because man, it just feels so, I don't even know, I don't even have the words to express. When I first walked in there, it just felt something otherworldly, except for the stupid air conditioning and plexiglass and stucco walls that they've done to it. But I understand why they want to preserve it. But it's just really cool. And thanks guys for tuning in. Stay safe. I'll see you on the next video.